Hello, Candace.
Not you again.
Me again. Remember our last oil change? Your boyfriend said he knew a guy who knew a guy. None of those guys knew what they were doing, including you, Todd.
Silence your oil change anxiety at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch our experts change your oil right from your car.
Thanks for coming in.
And finish in about 15 minutes. Valvoline. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
This episode of Tap and Step is presented by Cover Zero Analytics, the leaders in next-level football data. Cover Zero delivers predictive matchup previews, classification-based grading, and customized analysis to football coaches who want more than the same old breakdown of tendencies. With Cover Zero, football coaches now have a tool that can measure all aspects of their team's performance. Cover Zero is built entirely around smarter data analysis, helping thousands of coaches find winning edges that don't always appear in film study. If you're a football coach looking for an extra advantage, Cover Zero invites you to join the hundreds of premier programs that have taken their scouting intel to the next level. Ready to see how the best teams win? Start with Cover Zero Analytics. Find out more at coverzeroanalytics.com. That's coverzeroanalytics.com.
DM Matt Stepp. Anything you want. DMs are open. Tap and Step, your premium Texas high school football podcast from your friends at Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. I am the Tep, Greg Tepper.
And I'm the Stepp, Matt Stepp, whose DMs are open.
Yeah. I was about to say something about VNA, but do not DM VNA.
Nope.
No,
don't
do
DM
not
VNA.
VNA.
Don't. We will come after you. Do not
Nope.
DM VNA.
And on that note, hey guys.
There's VNA Moreno. I VNA Moreno. This is your regional semifinal Thanksgiving weekend preview edition of Tap and Step. That's right, baby.
We're here. We've made it. It's the best week of the year.
This is the best week of the year. And Friday, we said this on TFT, Friday is a singular day in the Texas high school football calendar.
Yes.
Because starting 1 o'clock all the way through the night. It's the closest we come to like a college football Saturday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of just games all day.
Yeah. I mean, some years, depending if there's like a Black Friday triple header, we'll get about like 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Not this year, sadly. I think the first games are at 1 o'clock Friday.
Mm-hmm. First games are at 1, and there's a handful of 7:30s. So it'll be an all-day affair on TexasFootball.com/playoffs. This is your regional semifinal preview edition of Tap and Step. We do thank you for being a Dave Campbell's Texas Football subscriber, or not, joining us on Freeloader Friday, on Freeloader Black Friday.
You're probably watching us earlier than usual because we are on the air a little earlier this week.
And so, look, it's Black Friday. You're in the mood for spending money. Go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.
What better Christmas gift can you give to the football fan in your life than a Dave Campbell's subscription?
And we're getting to the nitty-gritty here, where it's like it's regional finals, then it's the state semifinal episode, which is always
beefy.
It's like 2 hours.
Very.
And then 4 state championship preview episodes. So, like, even if you just buy a subscription for that, and by the way, we'll put the recruiting magazine, the Dave Campbell's Rising, in the mail for you.
And you'll get my mock realignments coming out soon.
It's a great gift to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.
By this point, there should have been already a tease of the Rising.
That's exactly right. By the time you watch this, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up here in just a moment, we're going to give ourselves a mulligan on our predictions.
Please.
And then it's our regional semifinal game draft, the biggest and best games, the games we're most interested in Texas high school football this week. But first, Matthew, we will start as we always do with your Texas high school football fun fact of the week, presented bang by Cover Zero Analytics. You know what? Like it's Thanksgiving weekend, and we're all hungry. You know what I'm hungry for? Numbers.
Oh, yeah. I'm always looking for those numbies.
I'm hungry for stats. And here's the good news. The chefs at Cover Zero Analytics and CoverZeroAnalytics.com, they're cooking them up.
Yeah.
They've been working on that all season long.
My guy Jacob McNeil, it's like the hibachi cook at the steakhouse where he's got the onion volcano of numbers going, and he's throwing fried rice at people.
Oh, yeah.
He's throwing numbers.
It's like open your mouth, flipping the chicken into your mouth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They are the hibachi masters of high school football analytics. These are copy points.
Yes.
Go to coverzeroanalytics.com and take your Texas high school football team to the next level. They've got trends. They've got onion volcanoes.
Yeah, they got it all, man.
Coverzeroanalytics.com. I'm sorry, guys.
We're so sorry about this.
Go to coverzeroanalytics.com. Do go and support. They support Stepp and Stepp.
Yes,
go do that.
Coaches, they support us, so give those guys some love.
Give some love. Matt Stepp, onion volcano.
We're so sorry.
Matt Stepp, your Texas high school
Y'all are
football
insane.
fun fact of the week. All right. There are 80 UIL Texas high school football teams remain. No, there's 160 UIL 11-man Texas high school football teams remaining. I've got a number. What I've done is I have taken a look at how those 160 teams have performed in the playoffs.
Okay.
So I've got a number of fun facts of the week.
So you're doing your own analytics. You should have called Cover Zero for this. You
They
really should have.
They would have had it. I instead had to really slave over the hot computer. Matt Stepp, you're first.
Trying to figure out your Excel formula.
In the playoffs, who is the highest scoring Texas high school football UIL 11-man Texas high school football team in the playoffs so far?
Is it Canyon West Plains?
It is not. Canyon West
Really?
Plains is 16th.
Really?
Yes.
They threw up an 85 spot. And I guess they only had 42 last week.
Gregory Portland is averaging 74 points per game through 2 weeks of the playoffs. Your top three are Gregory, Portland, Salina, and Richland. Matt Stepp,
Salina, yeah.
Matt Stepp, of the 160 teams, who has scored the fewest points?
Oh, this is tough. Who won a low-scoring playoff game?
Two of them. We actually just talked about them before we go on the air.
Oh, that doesn't help me. We talked about a lot of teams before we got on the air. I don't know. We didn't talk about them, but I'll go Lake Travis.
Beckville has scored 42 points in their two, and they're averaging 21 points per game, but still alive.
Yeah.
Matt Stepp,
Where's Lake Travis at? They only had 13 last week.
Lake
They won.
Travis is, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th.
Okay.
Sixth. Just ahead of, in fact, Vandergrift scored fewer, 26 and a half. Okay.
Oh, yeah, 16, yeah.
All right. Who has allowed the fewest number of points so far in the playoffs? There's 4 teams, spoiler alert, tied at 0.
0.
Who has not allowed a point so far in the playoffs this year through 2 weeks?
Man. I know Lexington pitched a shutout this week, but they didn't pitch a shutout in week 1. It's not Kilgore because they gave up 14.
Stratford is not on the list.
okay.
Stratford gave up, 7 points. What's wrong with them? The 4 teams that have allowed, that
That's
have
crazy.
not given up a point yet: Wall,
Okay, yeah.
Smithson Valley,
Yeah.
Paradise,
Oh, yeah, Paradise did pitch a shutout over Dalhart, yeah.
and Peaster.
Same district.
Same district. Paradise and Peaster have each pitched a shutout. Matt Stepp, who has allowed the most points per game that is still alive in the playoffs? So, really, like the wild ass team of the. And by the way,
Yeah.
this is also the team that has the lowest average point difference, like the lowest point differential, that the smallest margin of victory.
Somebody has won 2 really close playoff games in wild fashion. I'm drawing a blank.
The Bulldogs of Edgewood
Oh God, yeah,
have
yeah.
allowed 47.5 points per game
They tend to play those kind of
and
games.
are still alive in the playoffs.
Yeah, they beat Woodville. Great win for them.
And so they go, to tell you, they have the smallest point differential of 6. The highest point differential is not a team we've mentioned yet.
Oh, not a team we've mentioned.
They're scoring 71.5 points per game and allowing 3 points per game in the playoffs.
That seems good.
The Eagles of Ropes have been dominating people.
They've been, yeah. My pick to win Region 1.
There you go. So there it is, your Texas high school
Eagles.
football. Fun
I did
fact.
not do well. I've been killing it the past 3 weeks. And
Listen. I went to my friends at Cover Zero and I said, get me that statistical onion volcano.
Yeah.
And that's what we came with. All right, Matt Stepp. Let's get into
what
it.
a stupid show.
Instead of, we've talked a lot about the region, the area round. There were a wild area round. Go to textfootball.com for your instant reaction. TFT, we did it on Monday about overreacting the weekend.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to do instead.
I did a video from the field.
You did. It was a good video.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here's what I would do instead. Before the playoffs started, all of us put together predictions for each region in the Texas high school football playoffs. Some have gone better than others. So 2 weeks in, each of us are going to go through and we are going to give ourselves a mulligan whenever the team that we've picked for that region is already out. Now, you can't get cold feet on teams that are still alive. Like, for example, we both have North Crowley winning Region 1 of 681. That is not up for debate. That is still locked in.
Okay.
Even though, I don't know. Your mom's favorite. Playing the Mighty Coppell Cowboys this week. Okay. I have to pick a new Region 2 winner because I had North Crowley. I'm sorry, North Forney. I had North Forney.
Yeah.
And what a win for Waxahachie.
Pretty impressive performance.
I thought that was... I put it on Twitter. I think that is as impressive as what they did against Duncanville when they beat Duncanville. Like, for them to hold North Forney to 20 points and to really just have them in a blender the whole game, I was wildly impressed.
Yes.
I am going to go with Duncanville to win Region 2. Waxahachie's looking pretty good.
They are.
All right, Matt Stepp, you got to pick a new Region 3 winner do a new Region 3 winner because you had Fort Bend Ridgepoint winning Region 3.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. You know what? Let's go Dickinson. I've liked Dickinson all year, and they've been the best team so far. I mean, in my opinion, they have the best resume.
That win over Pearland is impressive.
Yeah,
really impressive.
Pearland. I had to hang on late. No. Pearland made a run, but I mean, they have wins over. Dickinson has wins over Pearland, Atascocita, Katy, C.E. King, Cy-Fair.
It's impressive.
It's a pretty strong resume.
Then I need a new state champion then. Who's your new state champion? Your four finalists then would be North Crowley, Duncanville, Dickinson, and Lake Travis.
What the hell? Let's go Dickinson. Let's
go
with the Gators.
Galveston County, stand up.
Let's go. Did you see that crowd they had Friday night? They're great. It's a big fan base.
Here's the good news. We have nothing to do in 682. We're perfect in every way.
Yeah, we are. I'm definitely, please tell my wife that.
5A Division 1, you got a little bit of work to do.
Okay.
Because your state champion went out in the first round.
Yeah.
You need a new Region 3 winner in 5A Division 1. A new Region 3 winner in 5A Division 1 because the LaPorte Bulldogs went down.
I'm going Port Arthur Memorial.
Port Arthur Memorial. You're hopping on the bandwagon?
Yeah, hopping on Port Arthur.
Yeah, that's fine. Although, Mallory Hartley's Pflugerville Weiss pick.
We'll talk about them later, I'm sure.
Who's your new state champion? You can go Aledo, Lone Star, Port Arthur Memorial.
Go real out on a limb here. Just a real, just wild ass pick and go Aledo.
Wow, what a bold take.
Yeah.
All right, 5A Division 2. Nothing to do. All of our teams are still alive. Great job, us.
Good job. Yeah.
4A Division 1. Nothing to do. 4 for 4.
Look at us, football
killing
experts.
the game.
Look at us.
Who you'd
Look
think
at
we
us.
were for Cover Zero Analytics?
Yeah.
4A Division 2. Nothing to do.
Look at these guys. Look at these dudes. Dudes just rocking.
What if we
What
just
are we doing?
stopped right now?
I think we should. Let's just go on to game draft, right? I got game 1.
3A Division 1. You got to pick a new Region 2 winner because Winsboro has bowed out. Who are you taking in Region 2? Region 2 is always kind of the unpredictable.
Yeah.
That and Region 1.
I'm going to go Pottsboro, man. That's a really impressive win over Malakoff.
Welcome to the bandwagon, baby.
Yeah,
Welcome to the
go
party.
Pottsboro.
That's fun. All right. 3A Division 2. Nothing to see.
What?
Doing great.
These guys, man.
4 for 4.
These guys over here, man. Just
2A Division 1.
ball knowers.
2A Division 1.
What?
So bad
What?
that Carter Yates wrote a story about it.
It's not good.
Okay. You and
Not
I
good.
each need to pick a new winner in Region 1. The only person who still has a Region 1 selection is Greg Powers, who took Cisco.
You know what? I'm going to jump. Since Cisco knocked out my state champion pick by 1 point, let's go with the Big Damn Lobos.
Because we both took Panhandle. That's not a bad
I'm
pick.
going to go with the Big Damn Lobos.
I think...
I like saying Big Damn Lobos.
Boy, part of me wants to just go full send on West Texas. Like...
There actually is a dam in Cisco. Like, that's why. There actually is a lake
It's
there.
DAM, guys.
Yeah.
F it. I'm going to go with West Texas. Stinnett, West Texas.
You've been Cade Winters.
I've been
pilled?
Cade Winters pilled.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with them. Let's see. Okay, we got more work to do in 2A Division 1. You have to pick a new Region 2 winner because Frankston...
Frankston crashed out.
What? How about Dillion? Goodness.
Yeah. Oh, we got the wrong logo for Hamilton there.
Second highest score. Yeah, Tioga. Congratulations to them.
Congrats to Tioga, apparently.
Give me a new Region 2 winner.
You know, I'm going to go the official team of Stepp and Stepp. Let's
Hamilton
go with the
Bulldogs.
Hamilton Bulldogs.
We should have known better.
We should have.
My Axtell Yellow Longhorns are still alive, but we'll
Nice
see
one. And that Axtell win over Tom Bean, they had to play that game in Van Alstyne because they had to move because of the rain. They flipped home neutral. They had to go Axtell to Van Alstyne is a haul. So congrats to Craig Horn and the Axtell
And then they
Longhorns.
held Tom Bean and the great Donnie Hooten to just 7 points.
Yeah, that offense. Yeah, that Tom Bean offense was flamethrower.
Region 3, we both hopped on board Honeygrove, and then they got Joaquin again.
And Joaquin just got their number.
I think I'm not going to overthink it. I'm done picking against Joaquin. Let me make sure I picked them this week in the picks.
Okay, yeah, double check here. Because the picks are on record, sir.
Let's see. I've already recorded is the problem. We'll see.
While you're doing that, I believe in Nunu. Give me Elysian Fields, Brandon Nunu Kennedy.
I'm taking Joaquin. I'm going to go with Joaquin. Which
Well, then
Joaquin and Elysian Field.
We're going
up against each other
against
this
each
week.
other,
It'll be a fun matchup. Okay.
How about St. Augustine though? What a job. You know, Torrey Barnes that job was posted a little while this offseason, and they ended up reinstating him. Great move, St. Augustine, keeping Coach Barnes around because look what he's doing right now.
Although Beckville's got a golden horseshoe up their rear end right now. They find a way.
They're finding a way.
They do. But hey, we're still alive on Region 4, although you and I are opposite ends this week.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got Ganado and you got Refugio.
I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if Ganado just may have Refugio.
And guess what, guys? We got nothing to talk about in 2A Division 2.
Let's go.
Look at us. Look at us.
Ball knowers.
Really, honestly, that wasn't that bad. We're doing okay.
3AD1 and 2AD1 are yeah. And then I had my two 6AD1 and 5AD1.
Yeah.
Just tried to be a little different and go with Laporte's really actually both Laporte and Ridgepoint really disappointed me, for different reasons, but yeah.
The lesson is never be different.
No,
just go with the crowd.
Just
if somebody tells you to jump off a bridge,
just do it.
Consider it. This is your regional semifinal game draft. That's right. We're drafting games. This is your first episode of Stepp and Stepp. Welcome.
Hello.
Here's how it works. Stepp and I will go back and forth selecting games that we are most interested in. Most interested in. So last week, Matt Stepp could have taken Seagraves and Bovina.
Shout out to
Buddy,
Bovina.
What is going on with Bovina?
They're just...
Because I mentioned this on TFT. They took a 37-point loss in Week 3 to Seagraves and turned it into like a 14-point win in the playoffs.
They're playing great football right now.
They have flipped the script.
They're practicing on Thanksgiving Day. They're 5-5. They're feeling good.
Boy?
They got their hands full this week, though.
They do have their hands full, but are you picking against them? Are you doubting them?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, Bovina.
This is. This has got to be. I need to look up if they've ever made this far in the playoffs. I think the answer might be no. I think this is like the best year in Bovina history already. Okay. So we can select any game we want, back and forth. We each pick 5 games for whatever reason it can be. We'll go 5 rounds, and then we will hear where Stepp is going, and then we will hear what V&A wrote down. this week on the show. That sound good? That's the story.
Yeah.
We had a fake coin flip before the show. I won the fake coin flip.
Dang it. I was so mad about this one, too.
Which means on a loaded
I was throwing things around out there.
regional semifinal weekend, I get pick 1-1.
Carter to calm me down.
I think the funny thing about this week is that there is not a clear 1-1, and it is because there's about 7 1-1s.
Yeah, it's a great week.
It's a great week of ball games. I am going to not overthink it.
Okay.
This is me not overthinking it. 2:30 p.m. Friday afternoon in McKinney at McKinney ISD Stadium.
Can we talk about the location of that game real quick?
It's Carthage and Pleasant Grove. Yes.
Sorry, buddy. You probably should have said the team.
Carthage
first.
and Pleasant Grove.
So, a lot of talk out in East Texas. Why is this game not in East Texas? I think the first reason why this game isn't in East Texas is there's not a whole lot of stadiums out there that in East Texas that can handle the crowd for this game.
Because McKinney ISD holds how many?
It seats 12, and
Okay.
I believe they can, standing room, the concourse areas, they can get 13,
13.
14 in there. That's number one. The only stadiums really in East Texas that could probably actually accommodate this game are Rose Stadium and Lobo Stadium and SFA. SFA is not on the table because it's Thanksgiving weekend, and a lot of the stadium workers are home for Christmas, so SFA can't have it there. Okay. Longview, their stadium, they're doing some renovations. I think this is some upgrade. I think they're tweaking some things. I think they're doing some work on the stadium, so Longview's out. Rose only has, because it's one thing about Thanksgiving weekend is it's stadiums, it's tough for them to find workers.
Yeah.
Rose can't get workers till the evening on Friday, so they're only hosting one game. They're hosting Beckville and St. Augustine. So there's no other place to play in East Texas. There's no other place that can really handle the crowd for this game. So I think they just decided, let's get to the best stadium we can. I think they originally were talking about going to Mesquite Memorial, but again, they only have workers for one game. So I think they're hosting a game. So McKinney is a great stadium. It's a long road trip. I get it. It's out of the way. East Texas folks, just come to Metro. Come in early. Get you some shopping in on Friday. A lot of good shopping in McKinney area, and get to the game. So that's why the game is in McKinney. It's an odd location, but it is what it is.
It is the game of the year in 4A Division 2. It is preseason number 1 versus preseason number 2. It is end of season number 1 versus end of season number 2. And it is, for my money, the premier good on good, strength on strength, unit versus unit matchup in the state.
100%.
Which is when the Carthage offense has the ball against the Pleasant Grove defense. That is as good as it gets. That is Texas high school football at its very best.
Yeah.
Because Carthage's offense is it's run by a wizard, an offensive wizard in Scott Surratt.
Yes. And
it is also staffed and stockpiled with talent that is elite tier. KJ Edwards is a superstar, an A&M commit who is a dog.
He only had 6 carries last week. 184 yards.
Sure, yeah.
He was out by halftime. They
didn't need him.
He was hanging out on the sidelines.
Because then
he wasn't hurt. We're done.
Because they can turn and hand the ball off to Benny Smith too.
The Bull. Benny the Bull.
And they have 2 stud running backs. And
Benny the Bull Smith would be a number 1 running back on 90% of the teams in 4A.
They've also got a 3-year starter quarterback?
Yes.
In Jet Surratt, the senior.
Who's healthy.
That's
the key. He wasn't healthy last year. He's healthy.
They are offensively.
Yeah, D1 wide receiver, Junior Henderson. I think he decommitted from Arkansas, but he's obviously a Division I talent.
They are outrageous, and right now, the offense has been a flamethrower. Plain and simple. They are averaging 62.5 points per game in the playoffs.
That seems good.
And they've been taking their foot off the gas.
They could probably be averaging a whole lot more if they really wanted to.
Taking on Pleasant Grove, who is maybe the best defense in 4A Division.
Their front 7 is just ridiculous. They look like a 6A team on the front 7.
They are between Kedrid Smith, Jaden Scales, all the dudes they've got up front. They got Jamarian Richardson, at the corner
They
spot.
do. Now, that's a question mark going in. He had a carry against Canton early in the game, like a 20-yard run, and then got hurt. Did not return to the game. He's a Baylor commit. So they need him against that Carthage passing game. So that's something to watch if you're kind of keeping on this game. What's the status of Jamarian Richardson?
But that's the good on good here, is when Carthage has the ball.
Yes.
The other side is really interesting to me because Carthage's defense has at times been susceptible to big plays.
Yes, especially in the passing game.
In the passing game. They can throw the ball. Pleasant Grove's offense is, I don't think this is a compliment to the defense. It is their second best unit offensively.
It is.
It's not bad, but it's not the defense. And the playmakers they've got offensively they want to run the ball essentially. The guy's Josh Gibson's last name is Gibson. Okay.
Yeah.
His dad made a living running the option, the wing tee.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. They want to run the ball. They can throw it a little bit with Raheem Ritchie rather, but they want to keep the ball on the ground. They will have to throw to win this game, I think. This game is fascinating because I think it's good on good and also vulnerable on vulnerable. Here's the other thing, though, and why I'm going with Carthage. Spoiler. They're 8-0 against Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove has not beaten Carthage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carthage they've had a lot of people's numbers, and they've had Pleasant Grove's numbers.
They have knocked them out of the playoffs each of the last 3 years. And there have been times where Pleasant Grove was the favorite, and Carthage was like, we got it. Don't worry about it. We got it.
2023.
I don't know that you would install Carthage as a favorite. I think you would say maybe they're a very slight favorite, but I think that this is a coin flip type game. This is a pick'em type game. But I think history has to weigh here. And I wonder, especially if Carthage starts fast. If Carthage jumps out 14-0, you start wondering the conversations that go on inside the heads of the people on the Pleasant Grove sideline of a here we go again situation. I think the first quarter of this game is critical. Critical. I think Pleasant Grove has to play from ahead.
Yeah. I think this game is going to follow a similar path to last year, where Pleasant Grove's defense is going to keep them in the game. I think the only way Pleasant Grove is going to be able to – Carthage's defense is pretty good against the run, especially those two linebackers, Crawford and Beck. I think if Pleasant Grove can hit some big plays in the passing game, they can make some things happen. If they can't, I think it's going to be last year's game I think was 28-7. It was 14-7 going into the fourth quarter. Carthage pulled away. I think we're going to kind of see a similar. My guess is a similar result unless Pleasant Grove can hit some big plays in the passing game.
Here's the other thing: if Carthage can run the ball against Pleasant Grove, it's over. Like Pleasant Grove has to shut down the running game.
Yeah,
they have to make Jet Surratt beat you. Now Jet Surratt can beat you.
He can.
But that would be death by 1,000 cuts as opposed to having your house detonated by the running game. Because the running game, if they're able to, if KJ Edwards runs for 160 yards in this game, it's hard to see a pass.
Then you start getting into play action, and Carthage is so good at play action, and those safeties are going to start biting, and there's just going to be guys running wide open down the field. So
that's it. So I like Pleasant Grove and Carthage as my first pick.
All right.
What's your first pick?
A little bit of a off-the-board pick, kind of, but I think it's a great game.
Bovina and Stratford.
Angel Lara for Bovina. No. 2 o'clock Friday at Gustafson Stadium in San Antonio. I think the two best teams in the 2-1-0 going at it as 12-0 San Antonio Johnson takes on 11-1 Cibolo Steel. And I think, like I said, I think Alamo City's supremacy is on the line here.
Yeah, 6A D1 Region 4.
Last two teams standing in San Antonio in 6A. I think you've got an absolute flamethrower of an offense with Johnson going up against a really, really good defense in Cibolo Steel. Johnson took down Hutto 56-37 last week. And, Hutto hung around for a while, but eventually that Johnson, they just couldn't get stops.
Yeah.
And
the dam broke, I think, on the Hutto defense. And Johnson, they just keep coming at you in waves.
They have a freshman wide receiver, Braylon Allen, who is he's so good. As a freshman, it's crazy. He's every game I look up, he's got 2 or 3 touchdowns. He's unbelievable. They've got another guy on the opposite of him that's a potential Division I guy. Rayshawn Hurt had 131 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns last week. 3-year starter at quarterback, Elvis Estrada, throws 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers. They just have, and they have a big offensive line. One thing about Johnson that I've noticed in the past is they weren't very big up front. Their defensive line still isn't huge, but their offensive line looks like they have a big and physical offensive line. This is a complete team on the offensive side of the ball. Now, they're going to get a test this week against this Steel defense, because one thing you always say about Steel is their defense is going to be very fast. And this year, their defensive line is really good, led by Julian Hugo, the Arizona State commit, one of the best players in the Alamo City. That's your money matchup here. The Steel defense against the Johnson offense. That's where I think you're going to see. That's where this game is going to get, because Steel on offense, they're not like they were last year. They had when they had Royal Capel and Julian Cooper, and they had the quarterback Chad Warner, who went to UTEP.
The Book of Warner.
Yeah, they were explosive. This year it's a lot more of your old school Steel offense where they line up and pound you. Now Oklahoma commit Jonathan Hatton. He just decommitted from A&M to Oklahoma today. Leads that offense. He had 2 touchdowns rushing. Now they did throw the ball last week pretty well in their 45-14 win over Weslaco. The junior quarterback DJ Green had 3 touchdown passes, 2 going to a junior wide receiver Jamin Harville. Steel's going to be fast on the offensive side. They're going to have a lot of speed. Johnson's defense is on a good day average.
I would say, yeah, okay.
They're probably average on explosive offense.
They're fine.
Yeah. Steel's offense, if they can get that running game going, and that's the key. I think they're going to try to run the football, keep Johnson's offense off the field, kind of shorten this game. It's going to be keep the game in the high 20s, low 30s. That's going to be kind of the game plan. I don't get to if you just looked at the score of Steel and Weslaco, man, they only won 45-14. Guys, it was 45-0 in the third quarter before Steel just pulled all their starters. Yeah. That's just how Steel's not going to beat people 70-0. No. Just not what they do. They're going to get up 5 or 6 scores, and they're going to take everybody out, and they're going to sit on you. So unless Steel turns the football over, I just don't know if Johnson's defense is going to be able to get enough stops. I think Steel can get stops, and that's why I like Steel to advance to the regional final. Where they were probably, barring a monumental upset, we'll take on Lake Travis next week.
I've been a Johnson guy all year. I'm a Johnson guy. I'm going to ride or die with the Jags.
We talked to TP Miller at Dick's Sporting Goods there in San Antonio before coaching school, and you could kind of tell he felt really good about this team.
I'm going to ride or die.
12-0.
I'm going to ride or die with them. I agree with you on the key points here. I think that offense has an opportunity to be special. This, to me, when I picked Johnson to win the region, this was the game that I was like, this is a bit of a matchup problem because I think Steel matches up well.
Sure.
I think Johnson matches up really well with Lake Travis.
Yeah.
I think if you start projecting that forward, you're like,
sure.
Okay, that's kind of where my head went. This is the game that worries me as a guy who's on Johnson. I'm going to ride or die with them. I understand the situation. I think I would consider them slight underdogs in this ball game. I think they can do it, and I think their offense can light it up enough. And it's a game you're right. It's pace. Yeah. You can tell me the final score, and I can tell you who won.
Yeah, for sure.
If it's in the 40s,
if I told you it was 49-45, Johnson wins. But if it's 31-24,
then I know who won. Exactly. All right, my second pick, Matthew.
All right,
7:00 Friday night. At Sand Crab Stadium in Port Lavaca.
Oh, yeah. Small school Tepper over here.
It is
I've been to that stadium.
2A Division I Region 4. And I'll just say, all of the things that we said about Carthage and Pleasant Grove, we can say about this one. It is Ganado. It is Refugio. It is preseason number 1 versus preseason number 2. It is end of season number 1 versus end of season number 2. And it is 2 teams with a history. Because
a little bit of a history, yeah.
Remember, this Ganado run, this remarkable 2-year, almost.
We can point to the day it started.
Yes. I can tell you exactly when it happened. And it was a regional final against Refugio.
2023.
In 2023. They had played each other in district play, and Refugio had demolished them. They had beaten them soundly. And it was like 6 or 7 weeks later Ganado turned around and reversed the whip.
Yeah. They physically manhandled Refugio.
And didn't just beat Refugio. They dominated Refugio.
It was Jason Herring's last game as the head coach there at Refugio.
From stem to stern. And that kicked off. They ended up losing the next week to Terry Buss. They got Terry Bussied.
Yep, they got Terry Bussied. I was at that game.
In the semifinals.
But hey, they gave Timpson a run.
Oh, yeah. It was the tightest game Timpson played all year.
Yes.
And that game led them into 2024, where they went 16-0, first time ever state championship. That moment launched the Ganado. That game launched the Ganado moment. This era. Well, now you could say it's a new era for Ganado. They graduated really heavy last year.
They did.
But I would tell you, kind of feels like they figured things out. If this is a reloading year.
Yeah. Remember in 7-on-7 when they got all of the championship game, we were like, man, this sophomore quarterback Landon Arriaga. They still got Logan Burris. They still have Austin Pena. Like, they still got pieces.
Arriaga's got 51 touchdowns this year, dude. Okay? Logan Burris is averaging almost 10 yards a carry.
Do we have to start giving Josh Irvin the credit he's probably not getting the credit he deserves? That guy is a ball coaching jack.
He is. I mean, let's give him his flowers. He's been great. Refugio. I have not talked with people in Refugio, but here is a promise. They are so effing tired of hearing about Ganado. They are so tired of them. Because last year, you remember that who did they lose to in the playoffs, Refugio?
Ganado.
Last year?
Yeah. Pretty sure they lost to Ganado last year, too.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah. Because, I'm sorry, I'm getting that confused with 2023. Because in 2023, you remember they kind of reshaped their entire scheme specifically to beat Terry Bussey. Specifically to beat Timpson, because that was a team they knew they were going to have to face. And Ganado ended up getting.
They didn't get there, yeah. Yeah, last year Ganado beat Refugio 14-6.
Correct. And so this is the third meeting, really the fourth meeting in the last couple of years between them. And Refugio's sick and tired of hearing about Ganado.
Well, because they've kind of stolen the Refugio kind of had that crown out in that part of the state as they're the team of record.
Yeah.
And Ganado stole it.
Now it's Ganado.
Refugio beat Ganado in 2023 on November 2nd, 30-7.
23-point win.
Ganado beat Refugio on November 29th. So not that long later, 4 weeks later, 41-12. They went from a 23-point loss to a 29-point win in 2023.
In a month.
Yeah, and then last year they beat him by 8.
So Refugio, I will say this, and we haven't paid a ton of attention to Refugio because I think because they haven't punched in their weight class very often.
No.
But, and that has been an issue for them historically.
Sure.
They have just been better than everybody. But Xander Wills and Ray Lewis, their quarterback and running back, or running back and quarterback, I should say, they are serious business. They are serious business. Refugio is always fast, but they are physical. And Ray Lewis, I think, at the quarterback spot, gives them an element that they haven't had the past couple of years. A legit passing threat that, and a guy who can tuck and run with it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I think a lot of the numbers point to Refugio here. And I'm saying this is a guy who's picking Ganado. I think a lot of the numbers point to Refugio.
I think the other thing is just talking to folks down there, like a lot of people expect Refugio for at least a few years to kind of take a step back. Like the groups that are behind this senior class, not quite as loaded as usual. So it's kind of like it's now or never.
This might be the moment for Refugio.
If they're going to do it, like I think Ganado's going to have a really good shot to do it next year.
Yeah. They have a sophomore quarterback.
Yeah. It's now or never for Refugio. If they don't get it done now, I don't know if they're going to get it done for quite some time.
But here's the thing. I think that there are certain games and certain things where one team just might have the other team's number.
We talked Joaquin and Honeygrove. We talked about
Joaquin and Honeygrove.
Yeah.
I think there's an argument to be made, and I mean this with all due respect to Joaquin, that Honeygrove's a better team than Joaquin, and like had a better resume, and all the numbers pointed to Honeygrove winning that game, right? They certainly had the single best player in Rylan Morris.
Yes.
Didn't do them a whole hell of beans.
Nope.
I think this is a similar situation where a lot of the numbers lean towards, and a lot of the metrics lean towards Refugio. But I wonder if between the ears and just I think maybe it's just a matchup thing. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's just a matter of Ganedo's not afraid of them. Do you know what I mean?
For sure, because that's a mental thing that Refugio has over a lot of teams, especially
that part
south.
Of
South of San Antonio. When Refugio comes to town, it's like, oh gosh, we're down 14-0 before they even walk off the bus, and it's not like that with Ganedo.
I'm rolling with Ganedo. I'm rolling with the champion's advantage here. Refugio, again, I think there's a fair argument to be made. Refugio is the favorite, but I think Ganedo's going to get the win. What is your second pick?
3:00 Friday at Knight Stadium in Fort Worth.
Oh,
home of the Eagle Mountain Knights. We get a battle of unbeatens. One of the few, as the 12-0 Springtown Porcupines, Quillen baby,
Pojo,
take on the 11-0 Alvarado Indians in a fascinating matchup.
It is another Matt Stepp special of like just teams you really like. Teams who you've been like singing their song all year.
I have. Now to full transparency here, I did not pick Alvarado to beat Sulphur Springs. I thought Sulphur Springs was a bad matchup for Alvarado because they were just so much bigger than Alvarado. And Alvarado just scrapped and clawed and just got it done last week against Sulphur Springs, 51-43. Man, DeMarcus Belton, that guy.
An original Here's a Guy from
I think
Cartier.
he is the original Here's a Guy. 4 touchdowns last week, 2 rushing, 2 receiving. Great adjustment by Casey Walraven to put him in the slot and kind of open things up a little bit more against that big and physical, make Sulphur Springs play in space. KJ Jenkins, he had been great all year. I don't think he threw an interception all year. And he threw 2 interceptions, but he also made some big-time, big boy throws and key moments for Alvarado. And then Devin Johnson for that scrappy, undersized defense had an interception, had a sack and a forced fumble that he recovered that really helped Alvarado jump out to an early lead. And then they just kind of went back and forth with Sulphur Springs the rest of the way. Huge win for Alvarado. They were into the third round, 11-0. And here comes Springtown. And these two teams, they're not too far away from each other. I mean, Tarrant County, Alvarado's just right there south of Fort Worth. Springtown's north of Fort Worth. They've scrimmaged in the past. They know each other pretty well. And I thought last week Springtown would take down Panther Creek. I just looked at things and I was like, man, this Springtown team.
Yeah, you were right.
They match up with Panther Creek. And they were down 21-7 early, though. Panther Creek came out 21-7, and then Springtown rattles off 35 in a row. And their offensive line just went to work. And we've talked about, their quarterback, Kane Hill, quite a bit. But John Anthony.
Lardizabal?
Lardizabal. Coach Hewlett, if I'm butchering John Anthony's name, please text me and tell me I butchered it. I'm sorry. John Anthony had 273 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns on 32 carries. They just got on. They just said, hey, carry us to the victory here. Their defense held strong. Springtown doesn't get credit for being as athletic as they really are. Springtown is a fast football team. They don't have a Jalen Watt or a Donovan Webb. But across the board, they have great team speed. They're big, they're physical, they're deep. This is a complete football team. And I'm going to say it right now. I think Springtown's going to win Region 2.
Oh!
I think they are going to win Region 2. I think they win this week, and I think they're going to take down the winner of Salina Decatur. This looks like the best team in Region 2, in my opinion. They handled Panther Creek. Panther Creek scored late to make it 49-41, but the middle part of that football game, it was 35-0. Springtown absolutely pulled Panther Creek's pants down and spanked them. Like, they just beat them. And I like the Springtown team. I think the matchup is. I don't know if Alvarado can do it 2 weeks in a row. They're going to be outsized again. I think their speed thing is probably a wash, but I think Springtown. Can Alvarado do it again? If they can, Casey Walraven might be just an absolute wizard as a coach, because this is a. You look at Alvarado, this is a small and scrappy bunch. And if they can do it against another big and physical football team like Springtown, then you have to give them all the credit in the world. I'm going to go Springtown here, and I've already told you, I think Springtown's winning the region.
I told you. So what's interesting to me is I think that Springtown's kind of playing, it's easy to say this after the fact, Springtown is now kind of playing like a Panther Creek that's kind of not as star-studded, but kind of leveled up. This is the number 1 scoring offense in number 2 scoring offense in all of Texas high school football.
Yeah, Alvaredo's been. Yeah, they've been scoring.
They're averaging 65 points a game
all year. They've been putting up big numbers.
Their offense is crazy. It also probably overshadows what's been a pretty good defense from Alvarado
for the most part. Now, the 2 games I think that I point to last week against Sulphur Springs and Glen Rose. Those are the 2 games that kind of got touched up, and I think Springtown is at worst similar to Sulphur Springs, and at their best, they're better than Sulphur Springs. That's the concern going into this game.
Here's the funny thing: is I'm going to take Alvarado, and I picked against Springtown last week, and guess what? If Springtown wins this week, they're probably playing Salina, and guess what?
You're going to pick against.
I promise you, I love Coach Hewlett.
Yeah, you got all the bulletin board.
I love those. I love those guys.
Here,
I just I don't know. This game gave me a lot of pause.
Okay.
I'm going to roll with Alvarado. The computer has Alvarado by 8.
Interesting. Okay.
I think, but the computer loves dominance, and there's been arguably no more dominant team in the state. Yeah, I'm just going to be really popular in Springtown.
You are.
Porcupine's going to come after me.
Greg.Tepper at DaveCampbells.com.
Jeez, you just quill. I'm going to get quilled. Quill them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say this. Here's a promise. Here's a Tep and Step promise.
All right.
If Springtown beats Alvarado this week, I'll buzz the camera here. If Springtown beats Alvarado this week, I will pick them to beat Salina.
Okay. I was just going to say you're going to have Coach Hewlett on the show for Saturday night.
We can do that too.
Okay.
I'm fine. All right. My third pick, Matthew. Where is this game? 7 o'clock Friday night at the place where the 2010 World Series ended. Choctaw Stadium in Arlington. I know it is.
Our good friends in Arlington.
The ballpark in Arlington.
Yes. The house that Matt Wilson built.
Not really. As the South Lake Carroll Dragons take on the Prosper Eagles in a game that the moment we can probably chart the moment where it became apparent that Prosper was going D2.
When Plano beat Princeton in week 10.
Yeah.
I think.
So week 10. At that point, you kind of get out your abacus and you start figuring out. You're like, oh, okay, South Lake Carroll Prosper, right here, and it's arrived. It's not easy being green, but it's been easy for both these teams.
Oh,
how's that?
Look at that. What a poet.
Thank you.
VNA does not approve.
A word on South Lake Carroll. For being wire-to-wire number 1 in 6A, feels like we haven't talked about it at all.
I think it's because their schedule. They're in a 9-team district, which they can't control. They only had 2 non-district games. Their non-district slate. They didn't play a marquee non-district game. They played. Midland struggled this year, but Hebron's a good team. Their best wins over Byron Nelson.
Yep.
Who's still alive.
Yeah, Byron Nelson. They beat him 52-3.
Yeah.
To be clear, here's the good teams they've bought. The different versions of good, right? Byron Nelson, 52-3. Euless Trinity. Now, Euless Trinity had a weird year. Well, when we do a postmortems, we'll have a lot to say about the Trojans. They beat them 44-6. You know what I mean? Those are the two, but they have not played a team.
What was the Hebron score? Week 2.
35-7.
Yeah,
They just haven't played anybody that has gotten our attention.
No,
including the past couple of weeks when they played Crowley. Good year for Crowley.
3-7 Crowley.
Yeah, that's true. Disappointing year for Crowley. San Angelo Central overmatched.
Yeah,
right. This is the first time we will see them punch in their weight class.
Since
maybe.
Really.
Maybe all year.
Yeah, I think Byron Nelson's improved since they played.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is by far their biggest test in my opinion. The winner of this game wins the region.
Oh, I think that's absolutely right. Now, that's not to say they haven't been good. They've been great.
Yeah.
Angelo Renda, Brock Boyd, the running game with Davis Penn is grinding. We'll talk about the other side in a moment. Here's Prosper. We probably have not given Braden Imhoff his flowers.
He's been great in the playoffs.
He's been so good in the playoffs. He's been good all year, but he's been great in the playoffs. Their quarterback, Prosper. Bryce Robinson, the running game has been great because they operate behind. Those guys are really good. I don't want to take away from them. But also, they happen to operate behind the best offensive line in 6A. At least the most star-studded. Led by Zayden Crimpin. Their offensive line's outrageous. So, both these teams can score. That's not up for debate. Prosper is the more battle-tested team. Now, they've got a loss. They lost to Allen in a close one. But they're the more battle-tested team.
Got a nice resume.
Got a win over Westlake, right?
Win over Rockwall Heath.
Win over Rockwall Heath. Got a nice resume. I'm rolling with the number one team in the state. And it has nothing to do with their offense. Because this is a case in which, because it's coached by a former Southlake Carroll quarterback, because they are a quarterback factory, because they're an offensive, wizard type program, that we pay so much attention to the offense, that maybe you forget that this is one of the very best defenses in Texas high school football. This is the number one scoring defense in 6A. I don't care if you are playing the Little Sisters of the Poor every week. If you are the number one scoring defense in 6A, you're doing something right.
Yeah, I agree. I'm right there with you. I think the difference in this game is the Carroll defense.
Yes.
And that's why I like Carroll as well.
I think Robbie Ladd and company, their defense has been outrageous.
William Chin.
They're loaded. They fly. They tackle well. They're sound.
They got the little Jacob Lucky kid at D tackle there. He's like 5'5", and he's playing D tackle because no one can block him because he's so low to the ground. He's a wrestler, so he's got great leverage.
That's a fun matchup of him versus this awesome.
That is going to be a fun matchup, yeah.
But that to me is the difference. That to me is if you're asking me, both these teams can score. Let's say that's a push. Let's just say it's a push. I think that the defense for Southlake Carroll has the advantage here, which makes this a fun matchup there at Choctaw Stadium. But I like Southlake Carroll. What's your third pick?
2:00 Friday at Legacy Stadium in Katy. Live on Texan Live. It is the 10-2 Katy Tigers and their 10-game winning streak hosting the Summer Creek Bulldogs in a huge game in 6A Division II Region 3 has gotten fun all of a sudden. And this is the game of record here in 6A Division II Region 3. Remember early in the year, we were like, what's wrong with Katy? They're 0-2. What's going on? Well, Coach Gary Joseph has righted the ship.
Who would have seen that coming?
And I think last week might have been their best performance of the season.
I put something in Slack about this when the game went final because they were playing Houston Memorial, coached by his former quarterback, Brooks Hack. And I made
congrats to Coach Hack. Great year.
Great year.
10-2. Great job.
I made some comment. I made some joke about how it's like he went to Coach Joseph before the game. It's like, hey, Coach, can you believe we're coaching against each other? And Joseph just stares him down. It's like, we are not friends.
Get over to your sideline, Brooks.
I'm positive it wasn't like that. I know there's a lot of respect between those guys.
I'm sure Coach Joseph hugged on him after the game. But yeah, Coach Joseph's a competitor too. He wanted to kick his ass.
He is a competitor. Oh yeah,
I promise you, wanted to kick his butt. So, here's the thing. 48-7 over Houston Memorial. And I think the questions we had about Katy. Now, Katy early in the year defensively was a little bit beat up. Had some guys in and out, especially in the secondary. They struggled against ultra-athletic teams, Dickinson and Tascasita, to open the year. They struggled. Middle of the year, they brought up this sophomore DB, David Olutu-Judah. And since he has joined the secondary, I think he's been a huge difference maker. He's got 5 interceptions on the year. He had one last week. And just Katy in the secondary just looks so much more athletic. They're tackling better. They're just playing much better. Their defense in that Memorial game consistently gave their offense the ball around midfield. They just 3-and-out Memorial punt. Katy takes over at midfield. Touchdown Katy. Tremaine Hill, 3 touchdowns. Tony Manuel had 2 touchdowns running. They just lined up and just punished Memorial. It was vintage Katy in that game. Okay. Speaking of lethal, though, the performance of the Summer Creek Bulldogs last week, they defeated Manville 72-35. And that is a classic. The score did not do that game justice. Summer Creek put up 51 in the first half on Manville. A good Manville team. Noah Spinks and new Texas Tech commit Benny Easter had 5. Spinks threw 5 touchdown passes to Easter alone. By the way, Spinks threw 8 touchdown passes and got pulled early in the third quarter when it was 58-7. 58-7, I think 10 minutes left in the third quarter, and that's when they pulled him. The Summer Creek offense is unreal when they're cooking. Braylon Causey is They're running. They've got great running back. They've got multiple receivers. Easter's the number one guy, but they've got 2 or 3 other guys who can make plays. Summer Creek's defense is starting to play. You look at the score. You say they gave it 35 to Manville. A lot of that was late in the game when Summer Creek starters were already out of the game. The money matchup here is going to be Katie's secondary against Summer Creek's offense. That's the matchup here. I think Summer Creek will do a good job slowing down Katie's running game. I think Katie will get theirs. But the key in this game is going to be if Summer Creek's running up and down the field, Katie doesn't have the firepower to keep up. This is a game of pace. And here's the thing. Usually Katie, when they come into these games, it's like they've got way more playoff experience. They've got the pedigree. I don't think they have the pedigree over Summer Creek right now.
It's strange to say, but I think you're
Summer
right.
Creek in the last 3 years has gone regional final, state championship game, state semifinal. Like the last 3 years, these guys have been involved in a lot of playoffs. More than Katie.
More than Katie.
Now, Katie is a program, and their coaching staff probably has pedigree, but Kenny Harrison and his staff, Kenny Harrison took Port Arthur Memorial to a state semifinal not that long ago. Like, he has been in some big games now. Joseph's going to have the experience edge, but the players, Summer Creek's more playoff tested here. They've been in these big moments. Now, this is a true road game. That's a question. And I guarantee you, Katie's not drawing the kind of crowds they usually draw. Their fan base, it keeps getting cut into and splintered. The fan base is going to show up this week.
Yes, they will.
Home game, third round of the playoffs. This is when they're going to start getting on board. There's going to be a huge crowd at Legacy Stadium. True road game from Summer Creek. How does Noah Speaks handle it? I think the way Katie slows down Summer Creek is not with their secondary, it's with their defensive line. They have got to harass and get pressure on Noah Spinks. If they can do that, they got a shot. If Noah Spinks is back there sitting in the pocket clean, it's going to be a long afternoon for Katie. I'm going with Summer Creek. I think they're just too explosive, and I think I don't think Katie has the horses to keep up. But I think it's going to be a fascinating football game.
Yeah, it's a fascinating ball game. And for District 23-6A, which has 3 teams left.
Yeah.
Right? 3 teams left.
Atascocita got
knocked out. You start to wonder. Yeah, look, there's a chance we get 23-6A versus 23-6A next week. If it's Summer Creek and CE King, which would be very fun.
It'd be a lot of fun.
But they got to get past Katie first. And I'm starting to wonder if Summer Creek. We're heading for Summer Creek, South Lake Carroll. This is where my head goes.
Sign me up for that.
That'd be fun. All right. My 4th pick, Matthew. 7 o'clock Friday night. Staying in that part of the world, kind of.
Okay.
At Tomball ISD Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe Tomball got beat, though. Tomball.
Playoff Tomball got upset.
But it was playoff Jermaine Bishop.
Yeah, they got Jermaine Bishop.
Yeah, I mean, it's really an immovable force, unstoppable force, immovable object situation. As 3A Division I comes to a head, as the Franklin Lions take on the Columbus Cardinals in a 3A Division I Region 3 regional semifinal, and a game, the only game, here's a fun fact, it's the only game that has a team that was in each of the last 5 state championships in it.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Franklin was in 2020, 21, 22, 23. And, of course, Columbus, the reigning
defending champs.
State champs.
Yeah.
I think we had questions about both these teams coming into the year.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
For Columbus, they obviously graduated really heavy. Adam Schobel, John Schobel, Grayson Rigdon. But the new guys, new
skill guys.
New skill guys, and then the bigger role guys have stepped up. Jack Schobel's a new quarterback. Another Schobel quarterback.
But he does it in a much different way than his.
He's not a pocket passer.
And I don't know if Adam is his brother or cousin. I think it's his older brother. I think. But yeah, he's not a pocket passer. He's a athletic guy.
They're using Braylon Fisher all over the field as kind of a gadget back to get him the ball in interesting ways. And it's all working. It's all working for them. The other thing about them is their defense has been great.
That's been the key. Their defense and their offensive line.
Last year, they were offense is great, defense pretty good. This year, defense is great, offense pretty good.
Yeah.
Speaking of great offenses, here's Franklin. Franklin runs a slot T. VNA?
The devil.
Thank you.
Thank you for knowing that.
I want you to consider this. Do you know how hard it is to run the ball upwards of 80% of the game of your snaps and to lead your classification in scoring?
Our friends at Cover Zero told me that Franklin has literally broken all of their analytics for run game this year. They've just been so dominant, they have broken their analytics.
Walker Anderson, Sawyer Janus, R.J. Fulton, they're deep. Mm-hmm. They are physical. They are fast. They can run all over you.
Yeah.
And as good as the Columbus defense has been, being really good against Yoakum, which is like they will run a more traditional classic offense on you, spread adjacent offense, is a different animal than being good against the slot team.
Yeah.
The other thing that I love about this game is that like the scene and the prize fight that this is, okay? Because
it's kind of developed. They've played twice in the playoffs, but
they've split them.
But they've always kind of been like eyeing each other across the room.
Yes.
And a couple of years they hadn't played. I think Lorena knocked Columbus off a couple times, but when they've played, when Franklin beat him 2 years ago, it was a great.
Yes.
Franklin had to score late to win that game.
Yes.
Columbus
that was one of the games of the year.
Yeah, Columbus kind of handled them last year, but Columbus was a state champion,
So there's that makes this so much fun. A lot of this comes down to I want to see the Franklin defense last week against Orangefield. They were in control of that game. They never felt like they were going to be beat, but they did give up some plays in regulation time. I'm not talking like they pulled everybody and like the Summer Creek Manville situation.
No, they gave up some plays when it was competitive.
Yeah, when it was competitive.
And they had starters in the game, yeah.
Can the Franklin defense show up? And then can Columbus diagnose slot T? And can they be the team that cracks the code? I just think, to me, I go back to the fact that this Franklin rushing attack has been able to be effective against everyone, including Salina.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That, to me, was the canary in the coal mine.
Yeah.
That they lost that game, 33-22, competitive ball.
Yeah,
game.
they played Salina really tough. Played Salina closer than most 4As have played.
Punching up a team that's functionally a 5A right now.
Yeah.
With a
1,500 enrollment. Basically.
And they were able to run the ball on them.
Yeah.
That's a challenge for Columbus. It's why I like Franklin.
I agree with you.
This is you can make an argument that in 4AD2, 3AD1, and 2AD1, you have the game of the year this week. And I think this is it for 3AD1. It'll be great. What's your fourth pick?
7 o'clock Friday night at Eagle Field in Johnson City. It is the only matchup of 12-0 teams this week.
Man, I'm so glad you're talking about this game.
It is the 12-0 Granger Lions taking on the 12-0 Junction Eagles. This is going to be a fun atmosphere, a true 2A stadium, a nice 2A stadium, but a game. This is going to be standing room only. It is going to be a scene in Johnson City Friday night. Granger last week rolls past Yorktown 60. Both these teams handled business last week, as we expected. Granger drills Yorktown 62-30. Wyatt Rochner, Caleb Tucker hook up. Wyatt Rochner throws 3 touchdown passes to Caleb Tucker. Rochner had a touchdown run as well. It was complete dominance from the Granger Lions. And Gaston McDormand got hired a couple of years ago after Stephen Brosh moved into administration. I think he's now the superintendent because he was the principal for a year, and then when Jenny Netherland goes to Hutto to be their superintendent, Stephen Brosh becomes the superintendent at Granger. Literally 2 years ago, he was the head football coach at Granger. So he's already they made a great hire in Gaston McDormand, bringing him in from Cuero. He's got Granger just continuing to hum here. 12-0. This is probably their last ride in Division II. They're getting some growth. They're probably they're growing a little bit. But this is a fun football team that is outstanding. And then you got Junction. And last year, Junction had one of those years that we didn't really see it coming. They go 13-1, get all the way to regional final before falling to Shiner in the regional final. And we looked at Junction when the magazine stuff came out. We're like, okay, Chasen Doyle's back, their quarterback. He's awesome. They lost a lot, lost almost all their skill talent. And we're like, man, what's Junction going to look like? They go and qualify at State 7-on-7. And we're watching them. And we're like, okay, this young skill guys look pretty good. Junction's going to be all right. And Tepper, they might be better than last year.
I'm starting to
numbers tell us they are a better football team. Falls City is a good football team. Falls City gave Shiner a game in the regular season. Junction has beaten Falls City twice, and I think the first one was 41-0 or 41-7, and last week they beat Falls City 42-13. Just absolutely dominating a good Falls City Beavers ball club. Tepper, I still think Shiner's going to win the region, but I think Junction
I'm
and
starting
Shiner.
to wonder.
Yeah, I think Junction. I think they're going to win pretty comfortably here. I like this Junction ball. Scott Freeman has done a fantastic job with this program. I think they're going to win this week. I think they're going to win by 2 touchdowns.
Let me tell you something. Computer agrees with you. Computer's got Junction by 12.
Yeah.
Junction's defense. Jason Doyle's been great, their quarterback. He's been great. Dude, their defense is stupid.
Yeah.
Their defense is stupid. Brian Gonzalez and company, they have been so good defensively. They've given up 97 points this year. 91 points.
I'm not a math guy, but that's I think a little more, like less than 8 points a game.
Yeah, they're doing good.
That seems good.
Cover Zero Analytics, please let us know how many points per game that is.
Hire me. Cover Zero, hire me.
Yeah.
I just did that on the fly.
This is
#math.
I agree with you. I think that like Granger's a really good team. I just wonder if they're running into a buzzsaw.
That's the thing. I think they're just running into a wagon.
And next week, if we get Shiner Junction, buddy.
If we're not like, if our wives let us, like that's a great road trip game.
Yeah.
Like that's a fun, like that's a Tep and Stepp small school
It
road
is.
trip game,
It
which
is.
we have done in the past. We've done.
All right.
Shout out to Santo.
My final pick.
Why was it so funny when I said if our wives will let us VNA?
That is just so sick.
Matt Stepp, my
she's
fifth and final
laughing
pick.
at
I
us.
don't know. I don't get it.
Hey, we all got a boss, okay?
We all got bosses.
I love it so much.
My fifth and final pick. How about a matinee?
She is in there cracking up.
I know she is. How about a matinee, Matt Stepp? An Alamo City matinee.
Oh.
1 o'clock.
Be still, my heart.
1 o'clock Friday afternoon at Comalander Stadium in San Antonio. It is a 5A Division II Region 4 regional semifinal between the Greyhounds of Bernie and the Wildcats of Gregory Portland.
You talked about Gregory Portland earlier, and they have been really, really good.
I don't know how. I think it might just be because of where literally geographically on the map they are, that they're in a little bit of a media dead zone, little bit. But I will tell you, feels like they've flown under the radar.
Statewide, they have for
Yes.
sure. I mean, I think I was just in Corpus on Saturday. Shout out to the sparkling city by the sea, Corpus Christi. There was a lot of talk down there about GP, and I think now,
People are starting to pay attention.
well, now they're down to them and Sinton basically in that area, so they're going to be getting a lot of media attention now.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Gregory Portland. They are 11-1. They've got that one loss on the year to Sinton, which, by the way, is a signature win for Sinton.
Yeah. I love Gregory Portland's quarterback.
Dude. Carter Dominguez.
Yeah, he's been
Him, that one, I submit to you that 1-2 punch of Carter Dominguez and Cody Adame, their running back, is about as good as you're going to get in 582.
hard to stop.
They've combined for 68 total touchdowns on the
Yeah.
year. Those two. They are ludicrous. They are off.
I know we've run some highlights on Texas football tonight, and it is fast paced. It is blowing and going.
They can go, and I'll tell you, Brent Davis, former San Angelo Central man, he will cut the brakes on you.
Yeah, he's taken some teams on deep playoff runs in the past. You know, he was the coach at Sinton
No, I didn't know that.
back in the day. He took Sinton to a state championship game.
Learn something.
Yeah, you know who they lost to in the state championship game?
Everman.
Damn right.
Here's
Block.
let's talk about Bernie. Hey, do you remember when we were ready to get out the shovels and bury Bernie? So
Coach Hendricks, yeah, go ahead.
So
Yeah.
they lose late in the offseason.
Yes.
Late.
Yes.
They lose their coach. That's tough for any program. But the coach also happens to have a son who is like their star quarterback,
Yes.
Hank Hendricks. And they decide he joined the staff at the University of Arkansas, and so they moved to Arkansas.
Yeah.
Then in week 1, they get beat by San Antonio Piper. And I would love to go back and listen and see if we were just like, all right,
Bernie's done.
get the shovels, time
Terrible.
to bury them.
5th place. No, we didn't do that, but
Well,
we
now,
were worried, I think.
I think we thought they might fall back to the pack because they've been a Region 4 power.
But Piper's good. I mean, Piper's still they're playing
Piper's
this
still
week.
playing.
Big game this week for Piper.
They've now rattled off, Bernie's now rattled off 11 straight since then. And for all the concern we had about Hank Hendricks leaving, boy, Grant Sweeney has calmed a lot of the nerves.
It's been great.
44 total touchdowns. He's a 3,100-yard passer already. He's got 3 receivers led by Zachary Frazier who are over 700 yards on the year. He's got a weaponry they can distribute.
And they're so good they're so sound
Yes.
up front. They're big, they're physical. They are still the defending regional
They're
champs.
the defending regional champs. Comes down to defense. That's where I think Gregory Portland has the edge. That's where I think GP's defense can make a couple of plays and get it. I've been on the GP bandwagon for a minute, and it's not just because they're named Greg, but that helps. I like Gregory Portland. I think this might be their year, and I think they can dethrone the regional champ.
Okay.
Bernie's been great, and I think that they can absolutely win this game. I think if this is a shootout, Bernie can win this game because they can go toe-to-toe offensively with anybody. A lot of this onus is going to come down to the defenses, and I think Gregory Portland might have a slight edge there with Cameron Garcia. I like Gregory Portland.
All right. I'm gonna go GP as well. I've been Gregory Portland pilled.
GP. It's like
Yeah.
Gregory Powers.
Yeah.
What is your 5th and final pick, Matthew? Take us home.
2:00 Saturday at the Star. The Ford Center. It is a 5A Division I Region 2 semifinal as the Frisco Lone Star Rangers at 12-0
You can't quit them.
take on. They keep playing great games. Not my fault. They're playing good people. Take on Greg Tepper. Have you heard the good news about the 11-1 West Mesquite Wranglers?
Buddy. Do you know what's fun? You know what I love?
When we're right,
Being right. And I love run back the tape
2 years ago.
when they hired Steven Jackson to be their head coach. And we sat here, I don't think even at this desk yet. We sat here at the table that used to be in the studio, and we were like, it's a good hire. It's a good hire. And I just appreciate Coach Jackson for making us look smart.
He made us look really smart. And this team, last week, if you were to look up the definition of complementary football in the dictionary, that's what West Mesquite played.
Look at that
last
box
week.
score. Yeah.
Their defense, they didn't need their offense to do a whole lot because the defense was absolutely. They put Midlothian in the figure 4 leg lock and made him tap out. Just dominated Midlothian, forcing turnovers. I think they forced 4 turnovers. They picked off 4 passes. They forced Midlothian to throw the ball, which Midlothian is a run-heavy team, right? Midlothian throws the ball to surprise you and hit a big play. When they forced Midlothian to throw the ball, they had him in a blender. 4 interceptions. They had a pick 6. Adrian Holly had a pick 6 in the first quarter that really kind of got things going for West. Demarion Robinson, their running back, I think he's a junior, but he seems like he's been there for. He's probably been there like 7 years.
Yeah.
Like, not really, but it seems like he's been there forever because he played as a freshman. 2 touchdown runs. Just a clinic on complementary football. Defense, special teams, offense converting on short fields. They took Midlow and put him behind them 35-6. Like, that's a good Midlothian team. And they took them and spanked them. Well, now you pass that test because Midlothian beat him in the playoffs last year. Now you have here's a bigger test. Now West Mesquite won the flip for home and home against Midlothian. Well, they flipped again with Lone Star, lost the flip. So they got to go to the Star. Now they're playing indoors, all that fun. So Coach Jackson's gonna have to have his guys focused because they're playing at a new venue they haven't played at before. Well, the other thing is you got to play Lone Star. And last week, I said it. We talked about Lone Star Georgetown, and I thought this was going to be a tough game for Lone Star on the road against Georgetown. And for three quarters.
For 3 quarters, it was.
27-21 through 3 quarters. Lone Star in the fourth quarter on the road showed some championship mettle here. 2 touchdowns. They shut Georgetown down. Trey Wright has a touch. He throws a touchdown pass to Davian Gross to get it going, and then Carice Hoyt puts the game away with a 37-yard touchdown run. Impressive.
Dude, if they're gonna run for 9.5 yards a carry, they're not getting beat.
No. And now Carice Hoyt did not have 100 yards. I don't think
he had 66.
Yeah. So,
but 11 yards a touch.
I said if Lone Star if Hoyt runs for 100 yards, I think Lone Star wins. He didn't run for 100 yards, but they averaged 9 yards. They ran the dang football.
Yeah, they did.
And because now that makes Trey Wright that much more dangerous. Because now the play action game comes into account. That extra guy's got to creep into the box. West Mesquite's defense is super fast, super physical. They're good at all 3 levels. That matchup against West Mesquite, against the Lone Star offense, money matchup here. Box office stuff. It's going to be great. The 4th down stop Frisco Lone Star got in the fourth quarter to really turn things around, I think could be a season-defining moment for them. I think that's going to propel them this week. I think they're going to. They got a little bit too much firepower for West. I think they get it done. It's just gonna be a great ball game. It's gonna be a 1-score game, maybe Lone Star. It's gonna be a 1-score game. Maybe Lone Star scores late to kind of put it away. This is gonna be a fun football game. I'm fascinated because I think I'm interested to see. This is West Mesquite's first, real test against one of the elites in 5A. Midlothian was kind of on that second tier. Mm-hmm. Well, West Mesquite showed they're at minimum the top of the second tier. So now we're going up against a first tier team. You're leveling up a little bit. So Lone Star's playoff pedigree, they went to the regional final last year. West Mesquite before last year hadn't been in the playoffs in several years. So now these guys, though, got that taste last year. We'll see how it goes. I think Lone Star's a little more crisp on the offensive side of the ball. I think Trey Wright has a big game, and I think that offensive explosiveness is the difference here.
I think that's right. I think they've just got the volume of weaponry there might be a little bit too much for West Mesquite to handle. Here's the other thing about that. You go back to that game between Lone Star and Georgetown. Jet Walker, the outstanding running back for Georgetown, now a Texas commit.
Yeah, he was at West Virginia commit, Minnesota commit, now Texas commit. He's been bouncing around.
He had the numbers are good. He ran for 176 yards and a touchdown. He had a 75-yard touchdown run in that game. If you remove that one play, Lone Star held them to 248 yards. The team.
Yeah.
They held them to less than 4 yards a snap. You can live like that. And I think that is underrated. I think you're right. That 4th down stop defensively might be a turning point for them. It is a fun game. That is our game draft. I took Pleasant Grove, Carthage, Ganado, Refugio, South Lake, Carroll, Prosper, Franklin, Columbus, Gregory, Portland, and Bernie. Stepp took Cibolo, Steele, San Antonio, Johnson, Springtown, Alvarado, Katy, and Humble Summer Creek, Granger and Junction, and Frisco, Lone Star, and West Mesquite. Apologies to South Oak Cliff, Terrell, Buddy,
Brenham and Iowa Colony, Piper and Smithson Valley, North Crowley, Coppell. How you feeling about that game, Coppell alum?
Not good. Dillon, Axtell, Buddy. There's your hipster game of the week.
Yeah.
Dillon and Axtell. Dillon just got done hanging 72 or something on Frankston and against an Axtell defense that just held Tom Bean to 7.
Yeah.
Like that is good on good.
Yoakum and Hardin is Hardin did punt last week, by the way.
Yeah, I heard. I heard they punted 3 times.
Yeah, one of the punts was a safety because they snapped it over the punter's head for a safety. But they hadn't been working on it all year.
Did you find the weakness in Hardin?
Make them punt.
They're just not good at punting. They would just quit doing it. Low key, Grandview Commerce is a heater.
That's gonna
such a fun game.
That's gonna be wild.
Idalou Canadian.
It's get out to a game.
There's great 6-man action.
So many great games.
Jayton Benjamin, Gordon May is awesome.
Regional finals and stuff.
Regional final. Aquila and Union Hill is a regional final. It's fantastic. What am I forgetting? Dude, we didn't even talk about Newton and Troop.
No.
Oh my goodness.
I watched Newton. I sped watched their game against DeKalb. Man, Newton looks their eyeball test. Holy crap!
They are the team.
I'm worried about my Troop pick because I looked at Newton.
I think I mentioned this on TFT. Maybe I did. I've been talking a lot today.
Too much.
That for like Newton, fair or not, has had a reputation the past couple of years of like there's been a moment where they just like they crest and they stop showing up. Buddy, like I think they took it personally because like they're drilling people.
68
right now.
nothing over DeKalb.
That is impressive.
Newton and Troop is a fun football game.
fun
It's so many. We
a great
could have done a 20-game draft
We
this week.
Absolutely, it's great.
Which we will later.
We will. Let's go to VNA Moreno and find out what VNA Moreno wrote down. Hi, VNA Moreno.
Hi,
Hey
VNA.
guys.
Quit laughing.
You're just laughing at us the whole show.
Like a time.
Y'all are so funny. I have a lot of highlighted stuff here. Usually what I highlight is what I say. I won't go through all of them. Cover Zero has Onion Volcano.
Maybe we should start Tepp and Stepp out of context and just tweet out.
Yeah.
Cover Zero is an onion volcano.
Yes.
Get the weird question marks from Twitter.
That's why you sponsor the show, guys.
I liked how you said Benny the Bull Smith.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's his nickname. Yeah.
The Computer Loves Dominance.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's true.
Yeah.
It's objectively true.
Matt Wilson mentioned.
Yeah, Matt Wilson mentioned.
the house that Matt Wilson built, Choctaw Stadium.
Yeah.
He did
I
not
had to
build
put
the
that in there.
El Tiempo in there though.
No.
Franklin has broken Cover Zero analytics.
They did.
Hashtag math.
Paradise Gym, that's a great game.
And
too.
if our wives let us.
That's true.
Yeah, it's fair.
Listen, look,
Tough but fair.
we all got bosses, and all my bosses are women.
Yeah,
It's kind of wild.
tough but fair.
That's
you think about
crazy.
it.
How progressive you are, man.
Yeah,
Just-
absolutely.
just-
It's like getting paid, and I like sleeping in my own bed. So like, I'm just used to it. Matt,
fair
Stepp,
points.
Where are you going this week?
Friday, I will be in San Antonio.
No games Thursday, by the way.
No, there are no
We do get
Thanksgiving
that
Day games.
question. There's no Thanksgiving Day. We had one 3 years ago. Or
I
so.
thought there was one last year.
Sometimes there's a 6-man. Was there a 6-man game last year on Thanksgiving? No.
Couple years
2 or
ago.
3 years ago, West Rusk played somebody in Longview that I cannot remember.
You were there.
I was there. West Rusk played, I think, Garrison or
shocking.
something. No, I was there. Yeah. If there's a
By the-
Thanksgiving game, I'm going to show up.
By the way, speaking of Garrison, one last thing. We had it on TFT. But he knew Kennedy at Elysian Fields.
Yeah.
Shout out to Garrison.
Yeah.
Really up and down
They just
year, but
it's like they got Terry bus seated and they like twice they
Yeah.
got Terry bus
Now they
seated.
got
and
Nunu.
Yeah, they got Nunu this time.
nuked by Nunu.
Saturday, Friday, 2:00. I will be at Gustafson Stadium for Steele and Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Great game. Then I'm going to head north on 281 after the game and head up to Johnson City for Granger and Junction. So it's about an hour. It's about 68 miles from the stadium to Johnson City, from Gustafson to Johnson City. About 68 miles.
Dude, you know what? Like, find you a guy who will go directly from a 6A Division 1 game
to a 2A
Division 2
yeah,
game.
that's me. That's why I'm me, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't think traffic will be too bad. 7:00 kick helps. It's Black Friday, so traffic won't be too bad.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna get in my football bed in San Antonio somewhere and get a little sleep. And then Saturday morning, I'm going to drive east on I-10 to Prairie View.
Oh.
For the 1:00 kick between Richmond Randall and Bastrop at Prairie View Panther Stadium. So excited Prairie View's hosting playoff games. They got a great stadium.
I'm essentially interested in one thing and one thing only from that game.
The status of Landon Williams-Callis.
Bingo. He left last week's game.
Yeah.
Apparently gimpy. We'll find out.
That's not the only reason I'm covering. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
But I also want to see Prairie View Stadium. So never been to a game. It'd be a new stadium. 2 new stadiums this weekend.
Big.
Never been to a game. Never been to a game in Johnson City.
Wow.
I bet Pickle has.
What are you even doing?
I don't know. I bet Pickle
Johnson
has.
City's pretty local to her.
I plan also, while I'm driving to Prairie View, I drive through Columbus. I'm stopping at Shobles.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm doing breakfast at Shobles.
I do wonder.
Saturday
I-
morning.
I wonder because they're playing the night before.
Yeah.
I wonder if they beat Franklin.
I texted Matt Shobles.
It's gonna
I
be
said,
a party.
Hey, Saturday I'm eating at Shobles. If you want to throw a free meal your boy's way, Matt.
Oh,
you're.
he bought our meal whenever we went over there.
Well,
It
he
was
bought y'all's
amazing.
meal, yeah,
Yes.
but he's not buying.
Not some slappy like him.
I'm buying this dork in a
It was
backwards
the
hat
best-
coming
it was
in.
the best meal ever.
So I'm going there for breakfast. Well, did you eat breakfast or lunch there?
It was like brunch.
Okay,
Kind
all right.
of.
Not
you
helpful.
could still
No.
we were in there for breakfast, but it was like turning lunchtime, so we got the both menus, to
Okay.
choose from both menus. It was
All
pretty
right.
cool.
All right, I'm gonna try to
I
get
did breakfast.
Okay, how was it?
It was really good.
Okay.
I just got the very classic old eggs,
Egg sausage, bacon,
and a
pancake.
pancake on the side.
Yep.
And the
Ooh, bonus pancake.
phenomenal.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Pro tip there. All right. So I'll go to that game at 1 o'clock, and then I'm gonna jet out after the game. Jet on over to Spring and play at Ford Stadium. Hope to make it by kickoff. Might be there middle of first quarter, depending on traffic. For the 5 o'clock game between Pflugerville Weiss and Barbers Hill.
Oh, yeah.
So a nice 4-pack for me this week.
That's a 4-pack.
And I believe VNA Pflugerville Weiss Barbers Hill, is that on Texan Live?
Is it? I'm not sure actually.
I'm pretty sure it will be. We're Pflugerville.
We'll tweet out the.
So nice 4-pack for me.
Nice. Good. In only 2 days.
Listen, Thanksgiving weekend is the weekend you do it. So.
Absolutely. I get it.
Sick.
Saturday night, Dave Campbell's Texas Football Tonight, the season finale, the season finale. Make sure you come and hang out with us, 10:30 p.m. That's where I'll be, working for her. That is going to do it for us. Thanks for being a Dave Campbell's Texas Football subscriber. Thanks to VNA Moreno for listening to this nonsense. And Stepp, thanks for your courage.
Thank you.
We will talk to you next week on Tep and Stepp.